Antoine Massey broke out of a Louisiana prison and made a video about it. Check it out.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of Orleans Parish jail where they said I escaped, right?
17 days after 10 men escaped from the Orleans Justice Center jail, Antoine Massey, one of 2 men still on the run, pleads his case in different versions of 10-minute-long social media videos.
I'm showing y'all, the whole world, how corrupted the state of Louisiana is. I'm an innocent man. Yes, in my past, I made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say mistakes. I was just young. You know what I'm saying? But the system has failed a lot of people and not just me.
Meanwhile, his pastor, Robert Brown, calls on him to return to custody.
Turn yourself in. If you care about your family, turn yourself in.
Deputy U.S. Marshal Brian Fair says authorities are now thoroughly investigating the videos in hopes of locating Massey. Metropolitan Crime Commission CEO Rafael Goyeneche says the videos could provide clues to help law enforcement locate Massey.
Those videos and the social media sites that he posted those on, are going to contain metadata that will enable law enforcement to determine who posted them, on what platform, using what devices.
In the videos, Massey specifically calls on President Donald Trump, Kim Kardashian, and multiple rappers for help as he maintains his innocence. He also claims the domestic abuse battery case he was booked with at the time of his escape was filed by a jealous girlfriend. During the videos, he shows an affidavit his alleged victim filed with St. Tammany authorities. Goyeneche says the paperwork could be proof that the woman, who has been arrested in connection with helping Massey evade.
Okay. In case you've been not up on the news, Louisiana, the state of Louisiana. First off, the state of Louisiana is one of the most roughest, to some degrees racist, and most horrific prison conditions. About 14 inmates from the state of Louisiana actually broke out of a Louisiana prison. They broke out, which is crazy in its own right. Like, how do you break out of prison? But they did. Like, real live prison break, real live TV show, U.S. Marshals, all that kind of stuff is happening. They broke out. Now, 8 of the folks have been caught, but there's 2, I believe, there's a few that haven't been caught. And so Antoine Massey, one of the few who are still on the run to this point, made a video. Shockingly, he made a video, went through some different people in order to post it. But in his video, he talks about the racist conditions. He talks about how his case he was kind of, ransacked with this case. It was a domestic violence case that he had. But he talks about just like everybody from the warden to everybody in that system. He really exposes a lot of what we know to be true, which is that there's very harsh and racist conditions in some of the Louisiana prisons. So he called upon the help of Kim Kardashian. He called upon the help of any basketball players. He is airing it out. You saw the video. It's crazy because I actually did a show with Kim Kardashian called The Justice Project. If you haven't seen that, please go look that up. But what we did was we visited like 5 different prisons across the nation. And most definitely, the talk that we heard about Louisiana is that those prison conditions are by far, some of the worst in the country. So this man, Antoine Massey, talked about that. Now, he's been on the run. His house that he made this video from has been raided. It was raided just yesterday. The house was raided. I guess they've been putting the pressure on some family members. Family members figured out where it was. They said, hey, this looks like this residence. Police went over there. He was not there. Nowhere to be found. The girlfriend who had the domestic violence, she has been arrested and has been charged with aiding in his escape. And so it gets really deep. It gets pretty layered. In this situation, Antoine is like, man, I mean, it gets to a point where what do we do about some of these conditions? Do we just take it as, people made a mistake and so now their lives get thrown away? Or is there some credence to it, and do we look into it to be able to kind of listen to what, he is saying? If he hadn't escaped, would anybody even be thinking about anything that he's saying? If he's just another inmate and he's just saying it from the inside that things are bad, do we even, pay attention? I think there's something to be said for this. Like, I think the general public should look into, because we know of reports of what's been happening in Louisiana prisons. Anybody that you talk to that is familiar with the state of what's going on in some of these prisons will tell you this is the worst. Antoine Massey, he's on the run now. I think he's bringing attention to it. It is dangerous though, because if the police find him, you know what likely happens. So real live drama right now in front of us. We got to pay attention, take a look at it. Rap Sheet Hollywood, man. We hip hop meets Hollywood. We out. Poop Diesel.